One of the most fascinating objects we see in the night sky are stars. At some point in our lives, I'm sure each of us have gazed upward, mesmerized by these mysterious little candles scattered across the sky. And then we also discover one of these candles, our sun, is not just shining for itself, but is actually the very reason life exists on Earth. Isn't that amazing? Today, in this Power Boost, let's look a little deeper into these self illuminating objects and reflect, what can we learn from them for our own lives? At the core of a star lies mainly hydrogen. Inside, an incredible balancing act is taking place. On one side is gravity, constantly pulling the star inward. On the other hand, is this immense energy released as hydrogen atoms fuse into helium and other elements. This delicate balance allows the star to shine steadily for millions or even billions of years. But then, something interesting happens. In some stars, the process continues until heavier elements like iron dominate its core. Now, here's the catch. Unlike hydrogen, iron cannot release energy through fusion. And without the fuel, gravity takes over. Gravity wins. The star begins to collapse under its own weight. In extreme cases, it collapses so powerfully that it forms a black hole, a place from which even light struggles to escape. Now let's pause here for a moment. What if we see this as more than just physics? Think about it. Aren't our virtues and strengths like the hydrogen fuel of our lives? The more we cooperate, the more content I feel. The more love I share, the more blessings return to me. Just as stars shine because of hydrogen, we shine too of our inner virtues. We shine because of our peace. We shine because of our happiness. We shine because of the love we carry around us. We shine because of our purity. But sometimes life brings us to this iron phase. A challenge arrives, or fatigue sets in, and we feel drained. And we wonder, how should I respond? Why does everything feel so heavy? This heaviness is like the iron core of the star. The gravity of anger pulls us down. The gravity of ego drags us inward. The gravity of greed consumes us. And slowly, our inner star begins to dim. Hope, joy, and meaning begin to feel distant. But what if, just what if, there was a way to rekindle that light? What if we could refuel our star from the inside? Raj Yoga meditation, taught by the Brahma Kumaris, gives us that method. It's like beginning a reverse journey. Instead of letting the iron weigh us down, we consciously reconnect with our original hydrogen, our true virtues. Through meditation, we can take a step back, a step within, and remember my true identity. Who am I? And if we create this thought that, well, I am this invisible experiencer, I am that star who's meant to shine. Originally, I am a being of peace. I am a being of happiness. I am a being of love. This simple act begins to unpack the iron, piece by piece, until the heaviness gives way to lightness. From darkness, maybe I can rekindle my inner glow. Now let's take an example, a very simple one, but quite powerful. Imagine you've had a long day at work, emails overflowing, deadlines pressing, and amidst all of that, someone criticizes our efforts. Immediately, you feel the pull. Gravity begins its course, isn't it? Irritation rises. Our heart feels heavy. And our mind just keeps replaying those words. This heaviness is like the iron core of the star, of this inner star. Now, just as iron stops a star from shining, anger, hurt, and ego begin to drain our light. We become reactive, restless, and our natural joy feels blocked. But now imagine if we just take a pause and instead of letting those feelings crush us, we take a step back. Maybe we step outside for 2 minutes, or simply we just close our eyes sitting at our desks. And we remind ourselves of this thought that I am the being of peace. Innately, I am this invisible experiencer. My peace, my state of calm, does not depend on someone else's opinion. I choose to shine no matter what. In that very moment, the experience changes. The gravity of anger loosens its grip, and we begin to feel lighter. We come to a state where we could respond with calmness instead of immediately reacting. This could be understood as a spiritual equivalent of bringing hydrogen back into our core, isn't it? Just as hydrogen keeps a star shining, our virtues of love, cooperation, patience, joy, and bliss fuel our light. Just as a star needs constant fusion to keep glowing, we too need to keep fusing our virtues into action throughout the day. And the more I practice small acts of kindness, small acts of patience, and love, the more energy I create for myself and for those around me as well. So, whenever life feels heavy, whenever we feel the iron phase is approaching, we could take it as a signal. Maybe it's time to refuel. Maybe it's time to reconnect. And reconnect with our original virtues. Let's take a few moments and experience this. Sit comfortably wherever you are. Allow your body to relax. And just as you relax, let your breathing slow down. And let us gently turn our attention inward. And in this space of sweet silence, let us create the thought that I am the being of light, a tiny star shining with my virtues of peace, happiness, and love. This is my original fuel. This fills me with new energy. This brings me back to a state of strength. The heaviness of anger, pain, suffering, ego, and worry begins to dissolve. Bit by bit, the iron melts away, and the inner star begins to shine. I radiate light. I radiate peace. I radiate love. And for a few moments, I simply rest in this experience, shining and glowing, weightless and free. Now, as I prepare to bring this light into me throughout my day, into my interactions, into the everyday roles and responsibilities I have to fulfill, I carry my inner star wherever I might be. Just like a physical star, we too have the potential to shine, to sustain, and to give light. The difference is, we have a choice. We can either allow the iron of negativity to weigh us down, or we can reconnect to our original hydrogen, our virtues, and to the Supreme Source. And even though we cannot change the fate of a star in the sky, we can shape our own destiny. Every pause, every meditation, is a chance to rekindle the inner star, ready once again to shine bright and spread the light. Thank you for joining today's Powerboost. Om Shanti.